So Pania, I noticed that you're playing this instrument by breathing through your nose, and that's very unusual. This is a Maori instrument, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then, are there many instruments that are played this way, or is it just this particular one? And can you just describe what it is, and what its name is?
This particular one's called the Pania Witoko, and it's a hue, which has been hollowed out, or else known as the calabash or the gourd. And yeah, in Maori, the taonga poro in Maori musicology, there are several instruments that are made or played with the nose in particular, and the other one is called the nuru, and it's interesting because back in the day when the colonisers came, or Captain Cook and so forth, they were told that there was instruments that were played with the nose, and they looked at them and you know, put them to their nose and couldn't play anything with them, and so they said no, impossible, and so for a long time there was discussion about whether it was actually true or not, but we do. So the two particular ones, the nuru and the pungihu, that I played with the nose.
When you were playing it, I was noticing what was happening inside my head, and there was like this whole expansion feeling, like around my nose and in my head, and I could almost feel like air moving through my head. It was like, did something there. Is it, was it played for certain reasons? Like, was it state producing, or what was its purpose?
Well, there's so many reasons why people and why Māori played. For naho, so for which is like a entertainment value, but a lot of the times it was played with waiata, so with traditional songs and traditional chants, and also as a healing tool for people, and also for spiritual connection as well. And some knowledge of that is lost, and some of that we know, and some of it we're still we're exploring what they were for. But a lot of the spiritual connection, and that's a deep interest of mine, is looking at that and using that sound for that spiritual connection.
But also she spoke of these instruments as bringing as the time of ngaho, and people have translated that as entertainment, but it in fact is about bringing forth the breath and the life force through the instruments and the song and the dance. Yeah, because everything is breath. Everything is that, and so it's like connecting. It's like the hongi, when we were connecting from this breath to my breath to your breath through the nose, the ancestral breath, and it's the same thing through the musical instruments as well, the combining of the breaths.
Are there instruments that maybe there's been a picture of that you don't have a physical copy of, or an instrument that's not yet known how to be played that have showed up?
Not that I'm aware of per se for myself. There was one given in the story from Richard Nunge and Brian Flintoff. Was they went to a particular place and they heard a kororo. A kororo. One of the elders was talking about something that they used to play over the frontanelle of the baby, and because it takes up to 2 years for the frontanelle to knit into place and to harden, and so one day a koro, one of these wānangas they went to on their travelling, on their journey, was talking about this long instrument that they would play over the frontanelle, and they would sing into it. creation stories, their whakapapa, their genealogy, waiata from the area and just so forth, so that by the time that their frontinel had knitted, that baby knew who it was, where it had come from, all of its whānau, all of the history of their people, and just its identity was sealed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's fascinating. It's like it makes a whole new meaning to music and instruments and. So you have another instrument there that looks like it's to be made of bone.
This is the kawowo, and again, this comes from or is born of Hene Raikatauri. So it's cross blood primarily. Generally they have 3 holes, but they can have up to 5. Yeah.
Where do you feel like you're going on your path?
My real drive, and I suppose my drive from the beginning, is really communicating and sounding the instruments so that they talk to me and how they heal, really. Pania Witoko, toku ingoa, no Aotearoa ahau. Music creates common unity. Mai e te waiata, ko te katahitanga.